Glasya-Labolas, Cassimola, Caarcinolaas. Sounds kind of like a sort of one of those cancers that people taking part in certain ill things get. Caassimalor, Glasya-Labolis, Classyalobolas. And the chant, VOZM GVKZI HVX LIV, fourth word, LM, fifth word, XZ, and then capital T, OZ, HBZ, and then finally capital O, and then LYLOZH. Vazmgavkazahavxliv lamkztazhabaz alyalas. 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 They say it's a mighty president, or duke, or Earl. Duke. No, it doesn't say duke. A mighty president, or Earl, over 36 legions, likened to a dog with griffin's wings. People call on it for the purpose of calling forth to gain the love of friends and foe invisibility, which is something that you find with Baal also. Teachings of the past and the future. Instant learning of arts and sciences. Author of blood shed and manslaughter. Michael W. Ford says it's for help figuring out a secret or preparing a surprise for someone. Stephanie Connolly says it's for figuring things out and revenge. V.K. Jehannam says that its number is 162, that it's a day demon, helping witches build tolerances, drugs and other things. The power to dominate others, help in coordination, help in becoming heartless. People who worship demons, they're, throwing some stuff to the wind here. James Donahue says that this entity can be referred to the fall of Satan in Revelations 9. And so the Martian is, I believe, the primal, the most important set of attributes, and we're looking at 144.72 hertz is D in the 33rd octave, 433.7 hertz over 440 hertz minus 25.1 centimeters, 67.8 over 135.6 beats per minute. The O and A gives it mode 3, C major, Ionian. A minor through B minor is the traditional sounds. Your traditional goetic working regarding the counts or earls is during the day in quiet and seclusion. And scents of Martian nature include basil, broom, cascarilla, coriander, crane's bill, dragon's blood, galangal, garlic, ginger, holly, honeysuckle, menthol, mustard, nettle, onion, pepperweed, sarsaparilla, tarragon, turmeric, woodruff, wormwood. And of the mercury scents, we have anise, mercurial, crabgrass, sandalwood, southernwood, black haw, elecampane, storax, cassia, anise, caraway, fennel, lavender, sweet gum, cinnamon, mace, tragacanth, cinquefoil, mandrake, valerian, clary sage, and wintergreen. And James Donahue says that most may not see the locust-like beings, but they will be a plague. And they also need a closer look at the being to see that it has a hound-like face. It's not just any dog. The mercurial ones, not in twilight, except under the elemental king. And 141.27 hertz is a C sharp in the 30th octave. I think this is the sound that you may, C sharp is the sound that you play to mimic the bee attacks. I mean, literally, you can change the behavior of the beehives. Don't do this if you're not sure whether or not you're going to react to the bee stings excessively. Or if you're, if you're not sure, you're not going to get stung. But 66.2 over 132.4 beats per minute. Mode 6, E minor, and Aeolian are Hypodorian, is the O and A musical attributes. D through E minor would be the traditional. Oh, D through E major, okay. 448.55 hertz over 440 hertz plus 33.2 centimeters. And not in twilight, except under the elemental king. But you may want to have a special box. I picked a box from when I was, I don't know, I made this when I was 12. So, and it has brass lining. So, some people will just buy a simple brass vessel. You may find a brass powder puff container or something like that and clean that out and use that. But let's look at the chart, because we could say Ga'op would be the king that people are going to refer to, Enochian Glasya-Labolas. Yep, Gop is Mercury, fire, in the quadrant of fire, still under the sign of Gemini. Well, I'm quoting the mythology to deal with these things, but so my first experience with this rite of this being that some of its alternative names sound like some sort of strange cancer that only certain people will get. You know what I'm saying? This was Friday, the 22nd of July, 2011, 9:46 to 10:11 p.m. A rainbow of mist was before me as I cried in joy. A series of bright blobs flashed in and out of appearance in the rainbowy mist. For a moment, a surge of warmth cleared me. I tingled all over as a cloud of colors moved by. There was a rolling, a pleasant prickling over me as a series of electric flames appeared in a sequence, like the outline of a spreading brush fire. Like the outline of a spreading brush fire. I feel such a sense of peace and contentment. Jasmine aficionado representing dreams. Okay. And so I'm reminded how last night in a house of worship that I had mentioned before, I felt sparkly, literally sparkly inside, like little sparkles. I know it sounds a lot, that could sound unpleasant to some people, but it wasn't. Lob is thirst or drought. Ash, fire, burning, flaming hot, press, despair, iniquity, perverse. Ashy is a pillar. Ghul, wicked, unjustly, unrighteous. And remember in Arabic, ghul is it's a term used for spirits that harm people or make people do things. Islamically, they don't believe they exist. So ghul has a different context when not referring to spirits. But anyways, that's a belief that you may or may not agree with. You may think those exorcist movies are, you know, they don't have a choice. They just have to wait till the right exorcist comes. No, we all have the power to deal with things ourselves, the authority to spiritually take charge of our own lives. Ghul, stain, wicked. Ghal, pollute, defile, stain. Bless, gather, gatherer. Remember, Iblis is a term of despaired of something in Arabic. Blah, swallow, destroy, devour, covered. Labish, clothe, put array, wear, arm. Came, apparel, upon. Is blah, devoured, covered? Okay, maybe I didn't say that. Alts, triumph, rejoice, joyful. Labouche, clothing, put, garment, vesture. Alth, rejoice, peacock, solace. American Stonehenge is apparently changed. They shut down the museum. I wonder what happened to all those peacocks. The albino peacock, or the white peacock. Maybe that's not albino. Maybe that's just the female. Yeah, it was a cool individual. The whoosh, garment, vesture, clothes, raiment, vesture. Gloss is a pier. Gull, roll around, wave, heap, spring below. Howl. Lupth is scorn. Lesh is need or lion. Leb, heart, think, mind, understanding, wisdom, friendly. Leash, lion needing prey. Loosh, need, or scorn, interpret is let's, okay. And from Hebrew, we're looking at less, need, let's, joke, gesture, leb, heard, mind, brain, core, center, gulse, overflow, boil over, ski, glide. Yah, seemingly fitting, proper. Yah is God. And I'll have to return at some point and say something about maybe say something about the alternative spellings and some of the meaning that would come from the other variation of the names. Sorry, this mess. The journal cover is coming off the fabric part. Although I don't need it to say daily inspiration for women, because, you know, I'm not one. Although my teachings can very well be such. So let's look at the other this version of the symbol that I've done there. It's important to experiment and show some of the other variations there. But I am not seeing anything there. I'm going to fast forward to 2013 and I guess we better say something about the ancient, the ancient Egyptian. And you have Rashu it's a plant of used in something. Okay. You have Gulsh Yathe. Lawid Pond, and okay, you have Gul Shuri, the Calassyrian, a young man, and in Coptic that comes out to Hersheri. You have Gursi, which is the doorkeeper of the 18th pylon. So it does relate to some idea of some sort of thing that somebody worshipped. You have Abol, but you have Rubberu or Rubber, which is outside. You have Libash or Lobush in Coptic, which means armor. And I think that's where I'm going to stop. I did say that Nunyabu refers to the last one, Nub-Arwi, some sort of plant goddess, and Nub-Arm, serpent fire thing of some sort. And what I had to do in 2014, so I'm not Boone's an interesting one because I have a experience, as someone had to say. But okay, I was wrong here. I found an experience. July 18th. Was using Samuel, 1 Samuel 25:31 as an extra. Well, not extra, as something that I included in this ritual that I didn't include as a reflection in the other rituals. Habakkuk 2:12, Ezekiel 38 1 through 23, Acts 16 through 17, 1 John 4 7 through 8, and from Quran, I chose 492, 564, 745, 46, 33 9, 81 15, and 16. Okay. And this experience was 9:33 to 10:27 p.m. I only noticed the sound of the tingshas and felt them cling within me. I saw orange sparks, and an eerie feeling arose. There was a small white sphere over the cinnamon candle. Amongst many purplish lightning flashes in the north, I felt a warm flowing of my flesh that that matched the movement of the light from north to south. Different room. The space just in front of me and 3 feet over to the north and 3 feet to the south. I was in this space. I felt a tremendous presence. A shaking went down me, and I felt really good. I saw further flashes. As the rite went on, I felt energetic. I felt buzzy. I saw a red glow 4 feet off the ground. There was another white sphere over the red candle. Like before, it rose and disappeared. I felt like I was looking in on myself as I closed the rite. I cried joyously as I consumed. And before I go on, I'm going to share some linguistic notes. In Greek, we have glossa, tongue, smooth speech, dialect; gloios, resin, gum; glosso, common, a case for money, a case, a casket; galos, galos, laughter, laughing, joke, mocking; galoios, laughable, factitious, jesting; gaulos is a milk pail, a bucket, a merchant vessel; Galaos is a sister-in-law. Lab is a possession of overtake, a dialect. Steal, or just touch. Lab is a handle or a hilt. Lalas is talkative. Lalia is talking, chat, dialect. Libo is pour out a libation. I recently saw a video on libation offerings. I don't worship anything that eats and drinks, by the way, but may it become my flesh, may it become my blood, or if we're talking a group, or if I'm recording something for others to see, may it become our flesh, may it become our blood. Lau, wish. Libas, drop, water, stream. Labas, a lobe of the ear or liver. Loibah, libation, drink offering. Lobah, outrage, disgrace, shame. Maltreatment, mutilation, ruin. Laos, people, crowd, host, army, men, soldier, fellows. Laos, stone, neck, or crag. And so we see some of the mythology about this entity promoted by what you see of the language mentioned in that regard. And we have in Latin now, Latio is an attack, lack, milk. Labo is to totter, be ready to fall, sink. Give way, to waver, wobble, unsteady. And Gali is a priestess of Sibyl, so called because of their frenzy. Labolas, a small book or pamphlet, a bookseller's shop, a memorial, a petition, a notice, a letter, a deposit, a written accusation of complaint. Gallus, a Roman cognomer, a priest of Sibyl, the priest of Isis. Gallus is a domestic cock. Gallus is a icy coldness. Okay, I thought I was reading something about a fish or something for some moment there. Frost, cold, chill. Galos is a bucket. Gilvas is a pale yellow. Glees is a dormouse. Glossus is a gluttonous or dainty. Lasso is fatigue. And okay, what to reshare some of the ancient Aramaic, we have Gla is coral or metal. Glush is appear. Lebush, clothe, clothing, put array, wear, arm, came. Lob is to mock. Lebouche, raiment, put, cloth, vesture, apparel. You have lebouche, clothing, garment, vesture. Gulch is upon. Als, rejoice, peacock, solace. Yah, God, creation, creator, fashioner. Not in the sense of the demiurge, by the way. She is forget, unthinkful. She, gift, present. Okay, that's it for that. So, as I go on, try to think of how all this connects to the call of the 30 authors, with the 9th author, Zid. Yawn, 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 yawn. O you heavens which dwell in the 9th author, author for those who are not, division allows establishment. Are with the fire of justice the most joyful, who names the waters, are mighty in the parts of the earth, and execute the judgment of the highest. To you it is said, behold the face of your God, the beginning of comfort, whose eyes are the brightness of the heavens, which provided you for the government of the earth in her unspeakable varieties, furnishing you with the power of understanding to dispose all things according to the providence of him that sitteth on the holy throne, and rose up in the beginning, saying, the earth, let her be governed by her parts, and let there be division in her, that the glory of her may be always drunken and vexed in itself. Her courses let it run with the heavens, and as a handmaid let her serve them. One season let it confound another, and let there be no creature upon or within her the same. All her members let them differ in their quality, and let there be no one creature equal with another. The reasonable creatures of the earth, let them vex and weed out one another, and the dwelling places, let them forget their names. The work of man and his pomp, let them become caves, let them be defaced. His buildings, let them become caves for the beasts of the field. Confound her understanding with darkness, for why? It repenteth me. I made man, one while let her be known, and another while a stranger, because she is the bed of an harlot, and the dwelling place of him that is fallen. O you heavens, arise! The lower heavens underneath you, let them serve you. Govern those that govern, cast down such as fall. Bring forth with those that increase, and destroy the rotten. No place let it remain in one number. Add and diminish until the stars be numbered. Arise, move, and appear before the covenant of his mouth, which he hath sworn unto us in his justice.
Open the mysteries of your creation and make us partakers of undefiled knowledge. Madreax dus pravzend Kieson deorng kral per doanzin Mikausanir kasga on fifth is bows is rasieda non-ka non-sa gaulim mikma doyan maleaun bleorm saba saba O aunakis lucetitias peripsal de sabrasa non-cup non-sef netaim kaske until abhahatam plus tot non-cup non-sef gimmical zama Vrassen of Glamar Bjareadoiga Torzulp Eadoth Goholkauska Tabard Sanirad Christeas Yerpoel Bus der Tubno unpaid or spad Ramne Dorune Zlienal Zaptilb Pangeperipsax Otakorlust Boapis Lenibamav Kasimp Ad Christias Agtotarn Mirk Kataobelel Tanpam Bendisma Aspayan Ad Christias Aglatorn Parak Paraok Osimp Carnses Dodpol on Fifals List Manan on Fardiget Bumzama Wascon Isbra Odawawax Tanag Ors Catbel Noas Metanges Lewethmong Unke Unki Tilbors Bagle Mu All cards is La Catamau Maxip Adka Kakasam Gasa Baglin Tayanta Babylon not forget Tilak Vovim Madrex Tazu Adrex Oraka Oroka Aboaper Tapa Ore Prias Artemis Adrapan Corstadamix Yolcam Preaze Arcoazeor Oncoasum Kateng Ripepax Sagakar Bamalam Pardzar Kakarg Ideal Kormput Tarzam Zakarad Zamran Spitsibse Batmanadas Surzas Tayabaltan Ada Kekle Ka Ada Zazma Plable I was overtaken by euphoria during a moment, during the Enochian portion. Right there, approximately the space I'm showing, maybe
4 feet down from the ceiling, maybe, I don't know, at least a few feet, 18 inches or so wide. There was something coming down, and it was like the northeast corner was not as long as the rest of it. I don't know whether it was a being or a thing or what was going on there. It was a faint sort of light yellow. My normative state is returning. I did, starting off in the English portion, feel some sense of power, but that happening in the middle of before the main Enochian part, that was interesting. I felt a movement towards the stone during the Enochian part. Before, my voice may have changed or something. I may have slumped a little bit. The camera could have moved. I was hit with a sort of euphoria. It feels sort of a pressing down from behind me, but since no one's joined this one, I'm going to end here and say, Fitharzi Vomsarg. Peace be upon every one of you.